Gentlemen, the time has come once again to discuss things.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started then. Hi everyone, welcome to a mini-sode of Geeky Gentlemen. I am Sid Partu. Joining me today is Milan Jeftik, aka the Russian Comic Book Geeks, and I'm going to have to get used to calling him that because, frankly, he hasn't used his other channel in like a year.
Yep.
In any case, we are here tonight, or today, or at this point in time that is obscure to you, the listener, who gets to listen to this video at their leisure. We're here to discuss a topic suggested by a fan of the show. Apparently we have those.
Yeah.
Milan, what's our topic?
Which character, comic book or otherwise, is it just comic book character?
It's just comic book.
Which comic book character would be best to fit the role
of... Did you just fucking cut out on me at the beginning of the video? That's fucking annoying. Hello?
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 Oh, yes.
Hello? Okay. Alright.
America.
President of America.
President
yes.
of America. What?
President of America.
President of America.
Okay, so this was an interesting topic. I don't know how much we're going to get out of this, but it did sound like it'd be a fun idea for a mini, and Milan is the all-knowing force of comic book lore other than Grant Morrison.
And that seems impressive, but it's really not.
Yeah, especially when you take into account that he lives with his father and brother.
Yeah.
In a little tenement.
Yeah.
In any case. So...
I have no prospect for the future, so I might as well fill my head with nonsense.
Exactly. With the funny books.
It's those goofy funny books that keep me sane. I live in the ghetto. There's people dying every day. I don't give a shit.
In the ghetto.
In the ghetto. In the ghetto.
So I figure a good way to do this would probably be to go with the two big companies first. Just pick a character from each of those that you think would be a good president. And before we debate like who or why or anything, we'll here's what it's going to be. All right, so there's two parties and their primaries. One party's Marvel, the other party is DC. And there are primaries between those. So you can pick candidates from each company to be in that primary, and then we'll narrow it down to which one of those two. We'll narrow it down to one candidate for each, alright? So let's start out with DC. Candidates for president from the DC universe. Go.
The obvious choices would be The Question.
Okay. That's really surprising. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with a actually obvious choice and say Lex Luthor.
Wasn't he already the president? You can't
exactly. So he's gonna run again for the third term.
Yeah, I mean, was he actually?
He does have the experience.
Was he actually competent though? Like, how was his Like, was he actually ever good, or was he just like like in the comics?
I can't speak in the comics itself, but if the Batman vs Superman movie is anything to show for it, the one that came out in like 2009, I think, Jeff Loeb's Batman Superman Public Enemies. It's not a very good movie, but that opens with like the country and people are living in fucking camps out in just like parking lots and stuff, and Lex Luthor becomes president and turns the economy around. So, you know.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Every time that dude is put into power, he makes everything all right. Like in the Red Sun universe, he literally brings like his family and lineage brings a whole new fucking era of mankind. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
so why the question though? I'm curious.
I don't know. He just seems like such a delightful fellow. I want to have a beer with him.
Oh, that's great reasoning. Okay, any other candidates that you can think of? We'll go back and forth and we'll talk primaries here.
For the Marvel side,
No. Stay in DC.
Okay.
Stay in DC for a little bit.
All right. Well, gosh, who else is there? Well, the obvious, like, the really, real obvious choice would be fucking... Gosh.
Edge of my seat, man. Edge of my seat.
God. Sinestro.
No, Sinestro can't be president for multiple reasons, but chief among them being that he's not from America.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So, like, that's why you can't... See, it's funny, because I do want to actually have rules for this, so you got to actually use the rules of presidency. So you can't have Superman. You can't have, you can't have Wonder Woman be president. Like, immediately those two are out, because those would be really good choices, but they're out, because actual rules say they could not be president, so...
Yeah, okay. Let's see. I wouldn't pick Batman because he's just like he's gonna shirk his responsibilities and go dress up as Batman and he'll just keep flying back to Gotham and beating people up. I mean, it's like fucking Mr. President, what are you doing? You have bills to sign. I'm Batman. Fuck it. I protect Gotham City. You can be Batman from the White House. No, I'm Batman.
Okay, anyone else?
Gosh, I don't know.
I wouldn't pick Hal Jordan because his whole thing is that he isn't very good at taking responsibility. Yes, it's a real character thing for him. So no, yeah, DC is surprisingly thin herd here. I want to pick someone else besides Lex Luthor.
Vandal Savage?
No, he's not American.
Isn't he? I mean, like, I don't know. I guess he's, like, when he was around, Pangea was a thing, so technically...
No, it wasn't. He's only as old as humans. Or Neanderthals, maybe. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Is Vandal Savage a Neanderthal, or is he a Homo sapien?
He's a Neanderthal. See, you can't use that as an insult against him. He's like a Neanderthal in a suit.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So who else?
Very few choices from DC that would make, I don't know. Gosh, I don't know. Oh, I know. Metamorpho.
Okay. Why Metamorpho?
He just has a really trustworthy face, you know?
Alright, fuck it, whatever. You're coming up with better answers than I am, I guess. I don't know.
We can't choose a woman, though. We can't choose a woman.
Why?
Because women can't be president.
Oh, okay. No, I'd like to choose a woman. I just can't think of any.
Because they don't fit. I just pissed off so many people.
Yeah. No, I can't think of a female DC character that is both eligible and I think would make a legitimately good president. Like, I really like Zatanna, but no, she would not be a good president.
No, she's like, okay, like, I want a man. I'm
get drunk and get a man. And I'm like, no, Zatanna, stop doing that.
She's like, she's a fucking stage performer with daddy issues. She's amazing. Like, she's just a chick. And, like, she's an awesome chick, but you don't want her running shit. I mean, like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. It's weird, because, like, I didn't really think this through that much. Yeah, I don't have anyone else.
Let's move over to Marvel before we can, maybe some ideas will pop up afterwards. My nomination for president from the Marvel party would be Lockjaw from the Inhumans.
I don't know who that is.
It's a big dog that teleports things.
Oh, well, excellent. Okay, my serious pick would be Steve Rogers as Captain America.
Oh, fuck.
Because he has also been president.
Yeah, but, like, that's the thing I've noted. Like, yeah, I guess so. I guess, fuck, his name is Captain America, man. It's a
really
no-brainer.
Yeah, it'd be really hard to run against him. It's like when we were talking about Black Mask standing trial. It's like, how could you possibly get any other verdict besides guilty with Black Mask on trial?
I mean,
the dude's face is a skull.
I know, right? It's like, hey, like, I just love to see that in a courtroom. Just like, my client is innocent. He has a fucking
skull.
What the fuck? It's a literal burnt skull attached to his face. I've got a bird in a cage and it's agreeing with me. Shut up, we get it.
No, but yeah, Captain America just seems like the obvious choice.
But he's a white man, and those are out of fashion.
Yeah, I mean, you could make the argument that he wouldn't appeal to today's youth because he has a lot of old school values and stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, who else in the DCU? What about what's her name? Carol Danvers? Captain Marvel, what's her name?
Female Hal Jordan?
No, she is not the female Hal Jordan.
Well, she kind of is. She's a pilot, and she's like a space-powered thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Fucking being the female version of Hal Jordan is great. I'd love to be the female version of Hal Jordan. Thank you very much.
You'd love to be Hal Jordan, though.
No, I want to be the female equivalent of Hal Jordan. Thank you.
That's a really weird request. Why don't you just want to be Hal Jordan?
Because
Why does it have to involve transgenderism?
Well, what's wrong with transgenderism? What if I want to be a female equivalent of a fictional superhero? What's wrong with that?
I'm just curious as to why...
You're curious, okay. I get it. You're a transphobe, aren't you, Ian?
Yeah, sure.
I'll have long, flowing blonde hair.
This has gotten way too silly, way too quick.
I'll make a beautiful woman, and you know it. And deep down inside, you know that to be true.
You'd be like the guard from Super Jail.
Fuck you! Oh, that's funny though. But no, seriously, I would like. I don't know. What kind of girl would I be realistically? Would I be?
I don't know. I don't really want to talk about this with you. If you want to talk about this with a shrink or something, be my guest. But this is not a conversation that I need to have.
This is, you know.
Anyway, back on topic. Yeah, I'm gonna make you draw that now.
Fuck that.
We're gonna do an episode on Super Jail, just so you have to draw yourself as the female prison guard. Oh.
What the fuck is Super Jail anyway?
It's a Adult Swim cartoon. It's just got like the most manly looking female security guard. It's just too funny.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, like Carol Danvers, like I haven't read much of her books, but apparently she's garnered a large, newer female audience, which is great. Like, a bunch of girls love her. And I'm like, I don't know, that's the thing, like, she's a woman, and I'm like, yeah, like, we haven't had one in the White House, and I'm like, I'm scared. A vagina in the White House? That is too much change too quickly, you know?
What about Peter Parker?
Fuck
like
dude.
Now, depending on the version, he might not be old enough, but
you know who I want in the White House? Miles Morales.
Yeah,
just have a teenager.
Well, he's definitely not old enough.
I know. I just want like a young president. Just get a fucking teenager in there.
No, but like we've said, we got to actually keep this to the rules of becoming president.
I guess the Beast.
Oh, Beast would be a fucking awesome God damn, that's a great idea.
I know.
Holy shit, that's fucking awesome.
I mean,
my god.
The dude is educated as fuck.
Write that shit down and go do a pitch to Marvel Comics. Just Beast as president. Just walk into Marvel Comics in fucking New York or wherever they are and like slam that on Stan Lee's desk. the Beast becomes president.
Stanley doesn't work in Marvel anymore. He's just kind of like, he's like, what are you doing?
I don't give a fuck. Just walk into Stanley's house with this, like, just a big sign that says Beast is president of the Marvel Universe, and it'll just happen. Magic works that
I know,
way.
but let's talk about that. I mean, the dude is, look, one, he's intelligent, he's very competent, he has a lot of experience in leadership roles, and he's a man, so that's good. But he's also he's part of a minority group, so
There we go. Well, I think that'd be fascinating.
I
know.
know.
Really read that now.
I mean, like it's everything you want, but without a vagina, which is awesome.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm joking. A vagina in the White House would be wonderful. I'm just joking around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, but that's a fucking great idea. Like, because I don't think Charles Xavier would work, because there'd be a lot of questions about exactly what's going on with the vote. If Charles were to become president, people would be like, I don't remember voting for him. He just mind wipes the entire nation into voting for him.
They're just like, hey, love mutants, man. Okay.
Yeah. What? Just random plot hole, I guess. Why hasn't Charles just done that? Why hasn't he just, like, mind controlled everyone into just liking mutants?
Ethics or something? I don't know.
Well, still, I mean, you know what's more unethical is letting your people be genocided.
Genocided. That is an amazing new word that Ian has just invented. Thank you, Ian.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that seems like a pretty simple moral dilemma. You know, it's like Tony Stark in Iron Man 3. Well, I can't build exoskeletons for the paraplegic. Why not? Because that might jeopardize my power source. Well, your power source has already been jeopardized, motherfucker, so you just don't want to do this out of spite now, huh?
Like, fuck it. I'm rich, and I got... fuck it. I mean, like...
Yeah, that's just my favorite complaint about Iron Man 3, because, like, I think it is a good movie and everything. It's just my favorite because it's, like, it's so just shockingly not addressed when it's such a major plot point in the movie that there are, you know, paraplegic people in the world. There's such a funny plot point to me that they don't even kind of consider addressing.
I mean, yeah, that's the reason why that White House representative got black.
Yeah, that's what Vice President helps the Mandarin in that movie. It's so funny to me.
And like, why doesn't Tony Stark just like, hey, I'll give you like a robot one?
Yeah, I mean, seriously, it's one of those funny things. Like, you know, there's this whole, because even in Iron Man 2, he says it's a highly advanced prosthetic. So you would have thought that, like, oh, maybe he'll make something for
There's no money in helping the needy, man. Like, what the hell? You know, you gotta make them. You gotta, like, what do you want this to be kind of pension thing? Just like, every paraplegic gets a fucking free prosthetic from Stark? Fuck that. They gotta, it's all about the moolah in America.
Right.
Fuck that, you know. Fucking paraplegics can hobble to work like everyone else and buy it off the shelf.
All right. Any other Marvel candidates that you can think of? Because I'm not coming up with much.
Fucking Icon.
Don't know who that is.
No, he's DC. No, like actually, technically he's Milestone, but DC is bottom, so never mind. And he's essentially Black Superman, so he's an alien, so he wasn't born here. I don't know, was he the birthing? Nah. Anyway, let's see. I don't know. Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock would be a terrible president.
I highly doubt it. I think he'd just be like a more respectful Bush.
I don't know. I'd like to see Tony Stark run. I don't think he'd have a chance in hell of winning, but I'd like to see him run.
I think he'd just win, just like the forces of the universe, just like, fuck it. Let's see how much, like, Tony Stark is such a ridiculous fuck up. I'd love to see what he'd do with the country.
Well, we had that. We had a rich daddy's boy become president.
Yeah, but that rich daddy's boy was incompetent, and he couldn't build nothing for shit.
He couldn't build mechanical suits.
Yeah.
if George W. Bush could have just built mechanical suits, all of the problems would have been solved.
Yeah, America would be a thing. Like, that's a thing. You've told me this before. There was this show on while Bush was in office. What was it? The White House or what?
That's My Bush? That's My Bush?
Yeah. Not, well, That's My Bush. I mean, like, that actual good president.
Oh, West Wing.
Yeah, that's it.
West Wing, if Martin Sheen hadn't been the fictional president while Bush was the real president, I don't think we'd consider Bush to be that bad of a president.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like...
Martin Sheen that damn good.
It's like, it's amazing, like, how the fuck can you have that good a president and have that bad a like, it's just like, fiction is what we want reality to be, not what it is. You know, it's just like, what the fuck? Like, you got this dude?
Okay, anyway.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through our list real quick to reaffirm it. So on Marvel, we have Beast, we have Carol Danvers, and Captain America. Those are our three candidates. On DC's side, we have Lex Luthor, we have... who the fuck else? I forget. Oh, and The Question. Is there anyone else on DC's side you want to throw in real quick?
Darkseid?
Not eligible.
Well, not eligible, but he'd make a great despot.
Oh, I'm sure he would.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so there we go. There's our candidates. So obviously, Question would actually be pretty good at running to one extent or another, just because he'd be able to actually bring up a lot of dirt on his adversaries, right?
I mean, if you want, like, a guy to play, like, yeah, you think I'm bad. This guy did a thing that was really bad.
Oh, yeah, so, I mean, the Question could dig up dirt on everybody, so that could work. What else?
He's the only president that would be actually genuine and honest. Because, if everyone's like, hey, you did this thing, it's like, yeah, well, you did a thing, too. You know, it's like, so
and I have flash to prove it.
Yeah. I mean, like, he'd be one of those presidents that would, like, I don't know. He has superhero friends, so I guess he wouldn't be assassinated that quickly.
Yeah. I don't know, I don't imagine that he could win an election, though, just because, you know, I'm pretty sure the people of America would like to know who their president is.
You mean he's just gonna run with you mean he's just gonna fucking run with the mask?
That's what I assumed.
Oh, that's amazing, yes! Like, just this dude with no face, like, I'm your president. Like, who the fuck is that? I'm gonna vote for him.
I mean, when you say The Question, I didn't think that he'd be running without the mask.
Like, so essentially you want Anonymous. So essentially you want Anonymous to be the president.
Yes, I want Anonymous to run for president.
That is amazing. That is, like, yes, of course. Let's all be president.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so, but Lex Luthor, despite all the amount of dirt that Question may or may not be able to dig up on him, I think Lex Luthor would hands down be able to win that primary, just because, you know, he has the name recognition, and in my mind at least, Lex Luthor has never been caught at what he's doing behind the scenes. Like, you know, Superman always is able to stop Lex Luthor's schemes in my mind in the comics, but he's never able to really pin anything on Luthor. Like, Luthor's never, you know, it's always handled through third parties and stuff. And that's what Clark Kent exists for, but even then, Luthor's way too slippery. So Question might be able to bring that stuff up more in the primaries, but I don't imagine that he'd be able to beat Lex Luthor still, because Lex still has plausible deniability.
And Question has no face.
Yeah. That's an important thing that I need in a president.
Yep.
A face.
How can you drink a beer with him if he has no mouth?
And how can he kiss a baby?
Yeah. I mean, you just get that fleshy thing touching the baby's forehead, and that's unseen.
That's really fucking creepy.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, hey, baby, come here. Oh, God.
Okay, anyway. So yeah, I think Lex Luthor would have no trouble winning the DC primary. So let's go over to the Marvel side where it's significantly more interesting. So Beast obviously has a major hurdle to get over, being that he is a mutant, right?
No good fucking mutie.
Yeah, like, so I'm curious, how do you think he would handle that? Because, I mean, Cap can't slam him for it, neither would Carol, I imagine, but, like, I just think that he'd have a hard time getting around that perception.
I think he'd just be, like, furry blue Obama. But the South would hate him. He's a fucking blue mutie with a fucking cat person. That's not my president. We'll secede. All right, you know what? You
remember that song that came out shortly after Obama got elected?
What song?
My president is black. My Lambo is blue. You'd have to switch the lyrics around on that one. My president is blue. My Lambo's black.
What's a Lambo?
Lamborghini. And anyway, no, it's just. Yeah, so, like, I don't know if he'd be able to get around that perception.
I think it's the mutant part wouldn't be the problem. I think Beast is just way too smart. Like,
oh, thanks.
Americans are just like, nah, he's too much of a college boy. Nah, fuck it. And he's a fucking mutie, so nah. Essentially, mutie is, in the Marvel Universe, like, it's the faggot in the Marvel Universe. Like, you goddamn blue faggot, goddamn.
Yeah.
I can say it because I like the dick, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I think it'd be interesting to see how he would handle that. Cap, like I said, I think his biggest weakness in a primary would be that that he'd have a hard time appealing to the youth vote, though, because he's got very old world values. Even though he's, like, super fucking iconic and everything in history and stuff, but he's still got, like, you know, old-fashioned ways and stuff like that. So,
oh, great! Yeah, I think I don't know. Sam Wilson, I guess. Like Paul Mooney said this. There's never going to be another white president. I'm like, if you want Captain America, but you want him to appeal to the young liberal audience, just fucking have Sam Wilson.
Okay.
Actually, cool Obama. Like, not Obama, but just like Black Captain America. There you go. Fuck it. It's like, he's Captain America now. Fucking Secret Wars. God damn it. Fucking Secret Wars. I liked my Captain America black. Now you're gonna take that away from me. God damn it.
Okay. Nah, I think Steve Rogers would still make a better candidate. I just think that the old world values would be a problem for him. With youth.
I mean, like, it's just like, what would be the young people's problem with him?
I don't know, just like he's got, you know, old school World War II era values. And
he's obviously not racist. He's obviously not sexist. He's not, like. What exactly?
What would Steve Rogers' stance on abortion be?
I don't know. I guess he's just like, fuck it. I'm gonna let the women handle that. Not my fucking issue.
I mean, like, no, it's just Steve would feel really uncomfortable talking about major issues. Like, I just can't imagine Steve Rogers talking about abortion.
Abortion is not a major issue, man.
Yeah, it is. Really is.
No, it's not. It's just like, yeah, suss it out, throw it in the curb, fuck it. Too many people.
Thanks.
Too many people. Too many damn people on the planet anyway. Fuck it. Get rid of them.
No, I just like I don't know what Steve would, or I think Steve would have a hard time talking about that kind of stuff.
Like, definitely.
Would be an interesting thing to hear Steve try to talk about.
Race relations. I think he'd be quite good at it because the dude lived in Harlem for the longest fucking time. I mean, he's fucking.
At the same time, he's still from an era of segregation. Whether or not he believed in the value of segregation.
It's not like this is not like a Captain America straight out of the ice. I mean.
No, I know, but like that's still in the back of his head somewhere. I mean, you grow up through the majority of your life living in segregation. Some of that's going to stick with you.
Well, this is segregation in New York. I mean, still, you know.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that part of that would stick with you.
I know. I think he's really over that, because if he was still into segregation, he wouldn't hang around with Sam.
No, I'm not saying he was into it. Even if you didn't agree with it, parts of that would stick with you in your head.
Well,
There'd be some things that you might just not be very comfortable with, or some things that you might still find very different, no matter how long you've been around it.
well, I disagree. I don't think Cap will have a problem. Like, I think he just, he'll probably have Sam Wilson as vice president. He'll just like, you know what, Sam, you can handle all that. Go on, 'cause I'm black?
Okay.
Yes, of course, because, you're a black man, and you don't want a white man telling you everything. And he's like, you're pretty good at that. You weaseled your way out of that like a good politician. Thanks.
That's the other thing, is I think Cap wouldn't be the best politician because you gotta be kind of crafty, and Cap's a pretty straight shooter.
I mean, like that's the thing. I guess he'll just say like, I cannot tell a lie, and then, wait, is that George Washington or what?
Yeah, it's Washington.
Yeah, oh no, like...
No, wait. Yeah, shit. I'm like, wait, fuck.
I guess he's gonna have to try to be more Lincoln than Washington, I guess.
Well, I mean, actually, it's annoying because it's both of them, because you have Washington says, I cannot tell a lie, but then you have Honest Abe.
There you go, Honest Abe. Let's say, like, I'm like Honest Abe, and I like black people and shit.
Straight shooting Steve. There you go.
Straight shooting Steve, like a politician a politician that you can actually trust.
I mean, yeah, like he'd be good at speeches and stuff, and winning people over to his side that he doesn't use bullshit or rhetoric, but you gotta have a little bit of craft to it and stuff, and I don't think that Steve would be very good at it, because all it would take is someone coming up with a question that makes him feel uncomfortable.
And I guess Sam
and he'd have a hard time answering it.
And his vice president would be Sam Wilson, but I don't know, like, Sam isn't really that much of a crafty bastard. Anyway, he's like, Sam is kind of like Cap, because they're both very genuine motherfuckers. They're like, yeah, like, we're not good at stabbing people in the back. So I guess they wouldn't make good politicians.
Yeah, and not that Beast is like particularly menacing or whatever, but he's just, I could believe that he'd have more tact at being a politician.
Oh, definitely.
Rogers. And then Carol Danvers, I just threw out because I wanted to have a woman in the race. I really don't have any argument for or against her.
Yeah, the thing is with Beast, he'd be the president you want to cuddle.
There's your fucking campaign ads. You just have Beast like cuddling with people. Like, every baby would love getting kissed by Beast because it's a big cat.
It's a big blue cat. I mean, for fuck's sake. Like, how? Don't kiss my baby. You're gonna give him the muty virus and shit.
No, like Beast could just have his entire campaign ad just be cat memes. It'd be awesome.
That's true.
Oh my god, Beast is the president for the modern age of the internet. It's a perfect matchup. Oh my god, yes.
Let's not talk about the Carol Danvers one. Like, I don't know, if you're part of the Carol Corps? Yeah, the Carol Corps. We don't read Carol at all, but, we're a bunch of men and stuff, so leave in the comments.
No, that has nothing to do with that. Stop being a jackass.
No, but
I'm not a fan. I just, I hear people really like her, so I'm like, okay, I'll just throw that out. Maybe Milan knows about her.
I know about her, but I don't know her, personality. Like, she's kind of, I don't know, she seemed like a female Hal Jordan, but that's not a bad thing. I'd love to be, like I've mentioned before, I'd love to, be a female Hal Jordan,
Well, I think you got some serious stuff that you need to work out on your own.
Really?
And I'm afraid I'm not comfortable with you using Geeky Gentleman as a platform for you to wrestle with your inner desires.
God, like that skin tight gold and red and blue costume.
No, I really don't need to hear
on me. I'd fill that thing out perfectly, man.
Oh, you'd fill it out all right.
Fuck you, man. I'd make an awesome blonde.
No.
Yeah, you're
In
right.
any case, all right, so Beast, I think, is the front runner in this, though.
Almost definitely.
Side of the race. All right, so it comes down to Beast versus Lex Luthor. Which do you think has a legitimate chance to win the seat between those two?
I don't know. Lex is a shrewder operator, but Beast is adorable. And
Mm-hmm.
if Lex kind of tries to appeal to the fucking hicks and say, "Don't vote for him, he's a fucking mutie," that would kind of loosen the young people vote. Like, oh, he's fucking mutophobic. You know?
Yeah, mutophobic.
Yeah.
Good word.
Mutophobic. There you go. Hashtag Milan Jeftik made that thing. Mutophobic. You know. Stop mutophobia.
Yeah,
Hashtag.
no, I mean, like, that's a really good point, though, is it'd be hard for Lex, because, I mean, at the same time, Lex kind of has that value, though, because he doesn't like, you know, that's part of his whole thing with Superman, is he doesn't like, people who aren't human.
Well, no, but the thing is, Superman is, like, fucking Beast is human. He is technically...
Yeah, but he's something else. He's something else than human, though. He's Homo superior, not Homo sapien.
And there can only be one superior in this game, Beast. Because Lex... I mean, Lex... All the fucking... Like, fucking Lex just looks like he's a tall, broad-shouldered white dude with a shaven head and blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for fuck's sake. And Beast is like, hey, I'm cuddly and intelligent.
The cuddly president.
Cuddly president that's also a giant cat.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like Lex really wouldn't like the idea of Beast becoming president, because he's very, like, Lex would be one of the guys, if you were in X-Men comics, Lex would totally be against the mutants. He would be a great villain for the mutants, because he doesn't like super beings at all, and especially if they were literal, advancements in human evolution and he wasn't one of them, he'd hate him. So it'd be interesting to see Lex grapple with that in a way that makes him still look like the good guy.
I don't know. I think Lex is one of those people. I think Lex is a much shrewder operator than just that. I think secretly he'd like fucking, I'm the only Homo superior here. But, like, secretly he'll see, like, tactically speaking, he'll see that going against, bringing up that will kind of lose him the young people vote.
I agree. I don't think he'd bring it up, but I think he'd find a way to take that sentiment and use it to his advantage, though, don't you?
I guess he's just gonna try to rile up the hate campaigns behind his back, behind Beast's back, to say, like, oh, this motherfucker, this and that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like, I could see, like, Lex, like, somehow giving the campaigns and stuff more exposure, but in a way that makes Beast look bad. Something like that. I'm not quite sure how, or maybe finding ways from, like, Beast's old speeches or whatever, where he kind of comes off as arrogant or more interested in mutant affairs than human affairs. I could see Lex trying to paint Beast.
A mutant? I respect my opponent's views on his cultural background, but do you really want a president that only focuses on the rights of his own people than the rights of all? Lex Luthor.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Lex Luthor takes care of everyone, both the mutants and the humans. I have no special interest groups to pander to.
Yeah, I could see that. See, that could actually... that's the kind of way I could see Lex painting it. So, like, I think that'd be a hard thing for Beast to struggle with. And, like I said earlier, I don't think Beast would really be particularly underhanded in his dealings. Like, I think he'd be better at it than Captain America, but I don't think he'd be particularly underhanded. So I'd be curious to see how he could go up against Lex in a campaign, because, you know, Lex won't pull punches. Beast will. I mean, just
because
intellectualism is really kind of a dirty word in America at some points in political history, so you'd have to tone that down too a little bit.
Just like, howdy, folks, I'm Beast. I don't know. I think Beast would be more... Like, the thing is, both Lex and Beast don't like pretending to be dumb. They want everyone to, like... They would like knowing that they're the smartest guy in the room. So
yeah, and so that'd be something I guess they both have to struggle with because neither of them wants to come off like arrogant. It's a really interesting setup for a race. I really like this idea.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, just like it's how long have we been talking about? This is a really interesting topic, man.
Yeah. About 40 minutes.
Wow, that's pretty good. So how long do you want to keep going about this? Because this is interesting.
I don't know. I just want to keep going until this gets kind of settled for a sec.
Okay. I don't know. Like, who do you think would win?
I'm gonna say I think Beast could pull out a win on this one, and the reason behind that is I think that Beast is the better candidate, and I think that would shine through because I mean if you think about a primary with the question happening with Lex, there'd be a lot of mud thrown at him that Lex would have to get out of. And Beast wouldn't be starting from that kind of position. Like, the people that would be against Beast, the people that would be most against Beast are the ones that that have serious racial or speciesist problems at this point.
Religious fundamentalists, Hicks, and fucking...
Yeah. That kind of thing. But the people that would be against Lex would have legitimate reason to, and there'd be like, you'd have, all the conspiracy theorists and stuff going up against Lex, like, look at this and this and this, and it all goes back to Luthor if you look at it the right way. And, you have Clark Kent and Lois Lane have been writing articles about Lex Luthor for years, potentially, connecting him in really loose ways, I'll be fair, but connecting them to all these major things that are problems.
Yeah, and the thing is with Beast, you can't really do the whole, he's secretly a fucking reptilian, because, like, well, he's a fucking...
He's furry.
Yeah, he's like, blue and furry. He's quite upfront about it.
Yeah.
He's part of the Illuminati, but he's a fucking mutant. Do you really think the Illuminati would have a mutant? Well, technically, yes, because if we're going by Marvel's fucking universe standards, there is already a mutant on the Illuminati, Charles Xavier. So, yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. Fucking T'Challa. How cool. In the Marvel universe, even the Illuminati is cool. Fuck.
Yeah, I think Beast would end up coming out the winner. How about you?
I think so, too. I don't know. Like, it'll be a really close race. But in a perfect world, I think that Beast would win. Like, I want Beast to win, but I don't know. It's really just a flip of the coin now, because, like, because would Lex try to, fake the electorate? Like, what would happen?
Oh, I totally could see Lex Luthor trying to cheat the election, too. Mm-hmm. Oh, God, that's a great idea.
But then he'll have, like, if it's a joint universe thing, then you'll have the Question, you'll have fucking everyone, you have all these fucking super sleuths keeping an eye on him, so, like, he'll be forced to do it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you'll have, like, Clark Kent, Lois Lane, the Question, fucking Batman, Daredevil, fucking everyone's fucking looking at him like, fuck you, Lex, you're not gonna fucking weasel your way out of this one. So you have to run the right way. Like, how would that go? It's such an awesome, like what, you could really go either way, and it could be rather potentially great for a story.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome idea for a story, though. Like, I mean, if we're ever gonna get another Marvel DC crossover, I don't even want, like, big, epic, universe-battling things. This is what I want. I want a DC versus Marvel presidential race that comes down to Lex Luthor versus the Beast.
I know. That'd be perfect.
Awesome.
It's sad that we didn't have fucking Steve here, because he's an actual politician. Well, he's training to be.
How weird is it that it didn't occur to me to have Steve, the guy whose sign-off thing is "I'm the politician," in a video about fictional politics like this? That's funny.
But at least you got the Madman, so that's technically the same thing.
Oh.
See what I did there?
That's a good joke.
Yeah. It's a terrible joke, but at the same time a joke that makes you smile.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, fine, you made me smile.
Okay, well, I guess we do come down to it, though, that I think Beast should win and would win, and I think it'd be a close race, but I think he could pull it off. Just real quick, who would be his vice?
I don't know. People are going to say Jean Grey, and I'm like, do you really want that? Oh, if Jean Grey was his fucking vice president, then, you know what? if she turns into the fucking Phoenix halfway through and she does some crazy shit, nah. I think would Beast be smart enough not to have Jean Grey? Like he's like, nah,
well,
you're too much.
I think the interesting thing we could do here is it could it potentially be anybody, Marvel or DC at that point.
I guess so. Who do you think would be Beast's vice president?
See, it's tricky because like we had a hard time coming up with extra candidates here. So I really don't know. I'm trying to think of someone that I think would be a good, chair warmer. So that's all the vice president does. Just sits in a chair and looks and tries not to make an ass of himself. I don't know, like I think the Obama strategy for picking Biden as his vice president was to just ensure that nobody kills him. And the reason behind that is Joe Biden is kind of fucking crazy. So if he were to actually become president, some shit would go down big time that no one who would want to kill Obama would want to happen. So I legitimately think that was the strategy of Obama picking Joe Biden as his vice president. So I'm trying to think of an equivalent to that with Beast and someone that would you might not want Beast to be president, but you definitely don't want this guy to be president.
I don't know who would be like Jean Grey. Yeah, like if you want that, like you don't want that bitch to become president. She fucking annihilated an entire fucking planet, not a planet, an entire fucking solar system. Like she killed the sun. Do you really want this bitch to fucking? However, you want to assassinate the Beast and just have she just phoenixes out and he goes fuck everything, fuck you all. Mm-hmm. Nah. I think Jean Grey would be a serious hazard before he's running. So I don't know. Professor Xavier, I guess.
Yeah, Professor X could be a good VP, but again, I think there'd be a lot of questions about exactly how Beast got into office in that case.
I guess so too. I don't know. Fucking Daredevil, I guess.
Okay, Matt Murdock.
Yeah, because you kind of
Matt Murdock could actually do not even as Daredevil. I think Matt Murdock could run a pretty good campaign.
I mean, yeah, he'll definitely get the woman vote.
That was a good question. Has it ever been done in the comics where Matt Murdock ran for a local office or something?
I don't know, no, but that's the thing. I mean, you obviously know Matt is gonna get all the women and are like, oh, but he's blind. I'm gonna vote for him, and he's kind of cute too. You'll get that vote. Fucking all the ladies are just all the men are fucking Matt Murdock. Fucking my wife fucking voted for this dude.
Yeah, you gotta admit that the Matt Murdock and Beast ticket would get all the women votes because it's hottie and adorable.
I know, yeah, because you got a big blue furry cat person and a adorably ridiculously hot blind dude. I mean, fuck, I'd vote for that. Fuck. I can't even vote. I'm not even from your country, but fuck, I'd definitely vote for that.
All right.
God, is Matt Murdock a sexy bitch? I'm not even, I don't even give a shit. He's a sexy bitch in the comics and in the Netflix show.
Okay. I think we're good. All right, that was fun though. That was I wasn't sure how many legs that topic would have, but that was a fucking spider of a topic.
Yeah, that's when you know you're growing up, when politics actually interests you.
Yeah, fun stuff. All right, everyone, so thanks for listening. Until next time, I'm the Philosopher.
And I am the Madman.
And we are your geeky gentlemen, and we will be discussing things. And if you have a topic you'd like us to discuss, please leave it in the comments below. This was fun.